I have seen people throw others under the bus in an instant without a moment's hesitation. It's brutal, but it happens. Welcome to my channel. Today, I will share with you a story of betrayal in the workplace that will make you realize how treacherous some people can be. Back then, I worked for a large company in a corporate office. There were hundreds of employees and dozens of departments. Even though it was a big company, there was a lot of socializing among departments because our offices were all open and shared. We also had mandatory after-work socials every month where all the departments got together. That's how I met this woman who became my closest colleague. She was the first one to talk to me when I joined the company. We clicked right away, so we had lunch together every day, basically every day. We talked about everything. We opened up to each other about our past relationships, families, dreams, and fears. For me, she was like a little sister I never had. I thought she was my friend. I even thought that if anything ever happened in the office, she would protect me because we were so close. But later I realized that what I thought was our friendship was just her being nice to me on the surface. Beneath that was someone who would betray me without a second thought. One day our boss called us into his office for a meeting. He was angry and told us yesterday someone sent the wrong file to the client. I received a call from them asking for another revision. This is unacceptable. If any of you did this, please speak up. As soon as he said this, I knew who was responsible. The deadline for that project was 2 weeks ago. I didn't know who else could have possibly messed up. And then I saw my colleague looking nervous. Since she sat right next to me, I caught her shifting uncomfortably in her seat and avoiding our boss's eyes. The way she was acting made me think that she was the one who sent the wrong file. Our boss looked at everyone in the room and said, "You all need to know that we are all responsible for our work. Don't push your mistakes onto others. If you don't know something, ask for help instead of letting everyone down." Then he dismissed us all to get back to work. The way he said this made me feel like he wasn't really looking for answers. Instead, he was just warning us not to blame others for our own mistakes. I didn't say anything about my colleague. I didn't want to cause trouble, so I kept quiet and hoped that our boss wouldn't find out. But 2 days later, he called me into his office again and asked me directly, "Did you send the wrong file to the client?" I was shocked. "No, sir. Why do you ask?" "I didn't do it." "Okay, I just needed to confirm." After he let me go back to work, I started to wonder why he asked me this. Did he suspect that I sent the wrong file? Did he think I was trying to blame my colleague? I was puzzled, but I tried to focus on my work. That same afternoon, I overheard my colleague talking on the phone. She sounded upset and kept saying things like, "I don't know who did it, but it must have been someone from that team. I told you I didn't do it. You need to believe me." Just then, I noticed the ID of the person she was talking to. It was our boss. Couldn't hear what they were saying, but I could see my colleague shaking her head while listening. At this point, I knew she was reporting about me to our boss. What else would they be discussing? I was hurt and confused. Why was she lying to our boss and making it seem like I did it? I couldn't understand why. She and I were best friends, or at least I thought we were. We talked about everything, would have understood if it was a stranger. But this was someone I trusted, someone I considered my friend. How could she lie to our boss about me? I decided to keep quiet. I didn't want to explain myself to anyone. I worked hard and never caused any problems, so I just let my work speak for me. I didn't confront my colleague either, because I didn't want to cause trouble in the office, but I couldn't stop thinking about her behavior. What did she gain by stabbing me in the back like that? I tried to forget about it and focus on my work, but I couldn't help but wonder why she betrayed me. I couldn't concentrate. Her actions kept replaying in my mind. I tried talking to other colleagues about it, but they just told me to ignore it. They said it was none of my business and that I shouldn't worry about it. But I couldn't just let it go. I wanted answers. I had to know why she lied about me. So I started paying attention to everything she did, watching her every move. I traced her digital footprint, checking which files she accessed, which projects she was working on, and even monitoring her communication. Everything I did was within ethical boundaries. I wasn't hacking into anything or reading her private messages. I was just observing what was visible and accessible. After 3 days of careful observation, I collected enough evidence to prove that she was the one who made the mistake. She sent the wrong file to the client, not me. I had proof that she was lying to our boss about me. I went to the HR department and filed a complaint against my colleague, explaining everything to them. I provided all the evidence I had gathered. They listened to my side of the story and promised to investigate. A few days later, I was called to an HR meeting. They informed me that they had investigated my complaint and had all the evidence to support my claims. They had spoken to our boss, who admitted that he only suspected me because my colleague had told him that I had sent the wrong file. During the investigation, they discovered that the file I sent was actually correct. It was my colleague who made the mistake. The HR manager told me that she had already been fired. They apologized to me for what had happened and said that they would take measures to prevent such incidents in the future. I was relieved that the truth came out and that I was cleared of all blame. But at the same time, I felt sad. Our once close friendship turned out to be a lie. The person I trusted ended up betraying me. Experience taught me an important lesson. Don't trust anyone completely, especially in the workplace. Some people are only nice to you on the surface, but underneath, they are willing to do anything to protect themselves, even if it means hurting others. After this incident, I became more cautious. I never revealed anything personal to anyone at work. I kept a professional distance from everyone and focused on my work. While I survived this situation, I'll never forget the pain and betrayal I experienced. My colleagues' actions not only affected our friendship, but also left a deep scar on my trust in others. It's a reminder that in the ruthless world of corporate politics, you must always be prepared and never underestimate the lengths people will go to protect themselves. If you're facing a similar situation, know that you're not alone. Reach out to trusted friends, family, or professionals for support. Remember, it's crucial to prioritize your well-being and protect yourself in environments where deceit and backstabbing can occur. Seek guidance from those who genuinely care about you and can offer objective advice. Don't hesitate to take necessary steps to safeguard your career and emotional well-being.
Ow!
I invite you to share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever encountered a colleague who betrayed you or spread false information about you? How did you handle that situation? Your stories and insights may help others who are going through similar challenges. Additionally, if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to show your support. Thank you for watching.